Moja kwa moja katika uwanja wa ndege wa Wilson, uwanja mdogo wa ndege wa Wilson hapa jijini Nairobi. Tunao viongozi wa ODM akiwemo gavana wa Mombasa Ali Hassan Joho pamoja na Junet Mohamed. Nafikiri wanataka kutoa maoni yao kuhusiana na matamshi ya naibu wa rais William Ruto hapo jana kuhusiana na aliyekuwa waziri mkuu wakati mmoja na vile vile kinara wa NASA Raila Odinga kwamba anapania kuharibu ama kuvuruga chama cha Jubilee. Twende moja kwa moja kwake Steven Leto.
We are on our way to Migori County for our by-election, senatorial by-election. But we want to address the country on a few issues before we leave. And one of the things that has captured our attention is the issue of the deputy president in the news saying that we are chasing him away from Jubilee and we have chased him from ODM. Well, I want to tell him that first of all, it is very dangerous for that kind of anger to be associated with somebody of the caliber and standard of the deputy president of a country. He has shown a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness, and a lot of behaved in a manner that is unbecoming of his office. We don't expect that kind of anger to be portrayed by somebody who, in the unlikely event that is likely to assume office if the office of the president becomes vacant. So for that reason, we are not chasing him from anywhere. He's running away from his shadow. His shadow is what is chasing him away. And we have not chased him away from URP. He left URP on his own. We didn't chase him away from UDM. He left UDM on his own. We didn't chase him away from KANU. He was the Secretary General of KANU. He left on his own. We didn't chase him from ODM. He left on his own. And most likely he's planning to leave Jubilee on his own very soon, rather than later. Because the way he's talking looks like somebody who's on his way out. And let him not look for scapegoats and blame game when he has decided it is time for him to leave. Because it is normal for him to leave parties. He has left KANU, he left UDM, he left URP, he left ODM, he left all like 5-6 parties. So for him to leave Jubilee is not a big deal, we know. But he's looking for a scapegoat, he's looking for a reason to leave. And that kind of politics is no longer entertained in our country. Secondly, the governor will talk about that, but time for politics will come. We are prepared for him. You know, starting a race early enough, we've seen many people starting races, but they never finish. Running around the country is not the end game of a political game. We are prepared for him, and when the time comes, he will see what ODM is made of. And lastly, the point I'm forgetting is let him not talk about the handshake. This handshake is between His Excellency Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. He was not party to it. We didn't see him at the steps of Harambee House. He is not the president. He was not a presidential candidate in 2017. The people who went to the ballot as presidential candidates were His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency Raila Odinga. Any other person is just an accompaniment to that agreement, just the way we are. So let him not call Raila names like conman, any other bad name, Muganga, Kitendawili. Raila is not his equal. Raila is a statesman. Raila is a leader of one of the major political parties in this country. And it will take William Ruto another 50 years to achieve what Raila has achieved as a person politically in this country. So we demand from him respect, if he is to be respected as a deputy president. But if he continues like this, we know what he is, and we are going to tell Kenyans who he is. But he should not interfere with the handshake at all, because the handshake is what has brought peace and tranquility in our country, and we will stand by it by all means until Kenyans get the benefits that they intend to achieve from that handshake. I know it is worrying him. But let him know that it is Kenyans who want that handshake. It's not about individuals. It's not about him. It's not about any other person. It's about Kenyans. Kenyans are the ones who really require that handshake. And it will not end as he wants it. If he wants to achieve his political ambitions through dividing people, through, having chaos, as the president said one time, there are people who thrive on commotion, and he's the leader of that commotion. We know what he did in Parliament when we were debating the tax laws. He is the one who orchestrated that kind of commotion we saw in Parliament. He was the leader of that chaos. outside parliament. So we're not going to allow him to intimidate anyone in this country. Thank you so much.
You know, there's a Swahili saying that goes like kutangulia sio kufika. And obviously, munaona the way the deputy president behaves. Our concern is that two great leaders of this country have expressed magnanimity. They decided after such an acrimonious electioneering process to come together for the purposes of unity. For the first time in Kenya, we are enjoying peace, tranquility. We're seeing unity being forged strongly, strong bond between politicians being created, a great hope for the country. We're seeing prosperity. Alafu tunaona mtu mmoja ambaye anaamua kutangatanga tu and he has clear intentions. Nia yake tunajua. You know, he wants to destroy the goodwill amongst two great leaders of our country. So therefore, sisi hapa nyuma, we know where we want to get at as a country. We know what it takes. Na tumefanya yote haya, you know, personal sacrifice. Some of us could not sit on one table with other leaders, but now we are doing it only for the purpose of unity in our country. Na halafu pia, we are in 2018, just 1 year after the general election. Sasa wewe unakimbia all over the place, kuleta division, trying to kuumiza wengine, to abuse others. How the hell do you call Raila Odinga a conman? How? Conmanship gani amekukoni? Wewe una nini ya kukoniwa kwanza? Unajua mtu anakoniwa ni ule mtu wako na kitu. So kitu gani ambaye nayo so that you are conned of something? Show us what you have got. Kama ni political strength, you cannot compare Raila's siasa with William Ruto. You can't. William Ruto tuko sisi hapa hivi level hii. Na nyinyi mtaona ile vumbi ambayo tutamweka. Sasa hiyo acha atangatanga, lakini time ikifika vumbi ambayo ataona hajawahi ona before. Sisi sio wale watu wengine wa zamani. Kwamba unaenda and you think because you hold a position of power na uko na mapeni machache, unaweza kuita watu na patia kama vile unapatanga kuku we are a different breed of politicians. So let him be aware kwamba tunaangalia ya tangetanga, lakini heshima ni bure. Heshima haiyuzwangi. Heshima ni bure. Kama hajiheshimu hatuheshimika. Akiheshimu watu wataheshimika, because we have learned from the actions of Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. People can disagree, wanaweza pursue a different path, but eventually for the purpose of the country they come together. Lakini mtu kama huyu anasema sijui nini, he's prepared. May I know he's going around the country preparing a platform in a case where we're going for a referendum or constitutional amendments, anatengeneza timu yake ya kuoppose. That we know. Na sisi tunamwambia ajipange, kwa sababu kama ni katiba kubadilishwa haina budi, and the beauty is that the process cannot belong to an individual.
And we don't need his permission.
You know? And you don't need anybody's permission. You know very well, at a way where you can initiate a process of a constitutional amendment. You can want to have a referendum in a country to address issues that affect the lives of the people. Sasa yeye anafikiri kwamba hakuna hiyo, kwani ni yako. Do we need any permission from anyone to address issues that affect the lives of our people? We do not. So let them be aware, tunajipanga. Kama wao wanaona kutembea ni kujipanga, sisi tunajipanga kikweli kweli. And the machinery that shall be unleashed going forward, itamshangaza hata yeye. Acha ongee tu na hawa watu wengine. Alafu